Control of key institutions will be crucial in a failure of elections scenario. Are the pawn pieces in place? Are we seeing a grand plan taking shape? What role will the military, the police, and the judiciary play in the endgame?
It's fully automated.
Former President Fidel Ramos compared the first ever nationwide automated election system to the modern toilet system in his office.
That is, in any electronic product you can override. That's why it's called a command manual option.
According to former Ombudsman Simeon Marcelo, the ability of the COMELEC to hold elections on May 10 is in doubt.
Remember that just for the first 600 PICOs that were delivered, only 20% work.
Marcelo adds that if the election fails, it will be the Chief Justice who will lead the Supreme Court in eventually deciding who can act as president.
What if there's only a partial failure of election, and the partial failure of election will affect only the national candidates? That means President, Vice President, and the senators. What if COMELEC will proclaim the winners in the congressional races? There's a possibility that she can be the Speaker of the House. One issue that will crop up is whether President GMA can continue to hold power as a holdover capacity.
Supreme Court Chief Justice Renato Puno retires on May 17. His retirement falls well within the 60-day constitutional ban on midnight appointments by the President. In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court ruled final and executory its decision to exempt the judiciary from the ban, allowing the President to appoint the next Chief Justice. This would make everyone in the Supreme Court appointees of Arroyo, a situation that had never happened since Marcos. Critics say the decision is a self-inflicted wound, one that undermines the court's own independence. Marcelo agrees.
I think this will have a very negative impact on the credibility of the Supreme Court. People are hoping that they will be very independent. Father Bernas himself, who is a member of the Constitutional Commission, who drafted the 1987 Constitution, said that really the prohibition is absolute.
Marcelo adds a Chief Justice friendly to Mrs. Arroyo can legitimize her stay in power past June 30 as a holdover president. The President's former personal Chief of Staff and spokesman, Renato Corona, is almost sure to get the job.
This would affect greatly any decision that might be rendered in any case relating to the elections on May 10, in the sense that the Chief Justice is the chairman of the Presidential Electoral Tribunal.